Let me preface this video by saying that I don't really support SpongeBoobTube anymore because all they ever play are Dan Schneider shows and SpongeBob. So, hello world! My name is Taylor. Welcome to my channel. If you like this video at any time, please feel free to give it a like button, subscribe, hit the bell because I have not figured out the filming schedule or the upload schedule for this channel yet, but I will come back to you. Let's just get into this video. So if you clicked on this video, we're going to talk about all the things that people don't remember that I remember, and hopefully you will too. I loved making this video because it sent me down the intersection of memory lane and nostalgia avenue, and that's where my heart was. These are shows that nobody ever remembers. The first one is going to be Mighty Beat, and I love this show. I think it was Amy Poehler who was the main character. Anyway, it was like a Girl Scout type thing, but they were bees instead of Girl Scouts, like they were. And she would like run around and do the utmost to try to sell like her cookies or the cookie equivalent, and it was just really funny. It was actually a really good show. Oh, the next show I loved but nobody ever remembers. My sister told me a few weeks ago that she always thought it was extremely boring and she would hate when I would make her watch it when it was As Told by Ginger. And I loved this show. I just thought it was so funny. So Ginger was a little girl. She wasn't really little. She was probably like 13-ish range. And she had a brother. And it was very Lizzie McGuire-esque in the respect that she pretty much just blended in with everybody else. And she had a brother who was a complete pest. But it was animated and it was so much better. But I thought it was hilarious and I loved it. So, but apparently nobody else did. Nobody remembers this show. And if you remember this show, let me know in the comments because it was the best show. Okay, the next one is like a puppeteer type show, and it's called Eureka's Castle. It was like a Nickelodeon version of Sesame Street, and it was really weird. I was like 1 to 5. I don't know if it went off in 2002 or 2003. If it went off in 2003, and I was 6. Other than the puppets, I don't remember too much of the plot because I was a kid, and there were other shows that I liked better, like Blue's Clues, and that one with Maggie and the Ferocious Beast. That one. That was a good show too. Another one with a puppet was Skeeter's Cousin, and it was like if you were to take Victorious and then just focus it on Robbie, that's what I remember it being. I can't actually recall any specific episodes of that show again because like I was like 4 when it was on. I just liked the puppets. They were cool. Chalk Zone was like my second favorite all-time show. It's about this kid named Rudy, and he has this magic chalk that when he puts it against any chalkboard and makes a circle, it becomes a portal into Chalk Zone. And him and his friend Penny would go into Chalk Zone where Rudy was like God because he had like this magic chalk and he could draw whatever he wanted. And all he had to do was draw it and then erase it, and it ended up in Chalk Zone. It was like Doodle Bob, but the whole show was that premise, and chalk and not a pencil and not underwater. So I guess it wasn't really like Doodle Bob, but you know. Okay, and the last animated show that I have on this list is My Life as a Teenage Robot. I just had a brain fart. I love this show. I found a few people who remembered it, but not nearly as many as the people that remember like Drake and Josh or like like yeah. Okay, so this one was about a girl named Jenny who was a robot who just wanted to be treated like a real girl, and she had a friend who was like who ended up falling in love with her kind of. I don't know if they ever like did anything, like if they dated or anything, but I always interpreted it as though he was in love with her. I was like entering puberty when this came out, so that could have just been my weird skew on things, you know. But it was a good show. It was funny. Go out and fight crimes and go to school, and the school would be like, oh, you can't blah blah blah, you're a computer. She'd be like, I'm not a computer, I'm a real girl, and blah blah blah. And the mom always reminded me of that one lady from The Incredibles. And yes, I lied. There's one more show that I just thought of that is not on the list, and that I'm going to add onto the list, and that would be The Exes. This is a show about like a family of spies, and they're bad at their job, and they're bad at everything. They're trying to be discreet, but they're just hilariously bad at everything. Okay, now into some live action shows. We have Unfabulous coming in at the #1 most forgotten show that I found amongst my peer group. Nobody remembers Unfabulous, like where did you think that Emma Roberts came from? Please enlighten me. I knew Emma Roberts because of Unfabulous before I knew Julia Roberts. So when I heard of Julia Roberts, her like expertise was just validified by saying that Emma was her niece. I didn't really like it that much because I thought it was boring. I watched it again at an older age and I could relate to it. It's kind of like how I didn't like Ned's Declassified when I was in elementary school, but the second I hit middle school and I watched it again, I was like, yep, that's relatable. Trash can all day, every day. Like, I don't know what I'm saying. So that's it, guys. Those are the most forgotten shows on Nickelodeon that I have found amongst my peer group. If you have any that you would like to add or that you don't agree with, let me know in the comments below. Okay, my name is Taylor. Thanks for checking out my channel. Yeah, I guess, and bye. I have to come up with a sign off. Deuces.